things sort of emotional for us, and it's about emotional release. On top of that, there's an eclipse happening today, which makes people feel rushed. It makes people feel stressed. It makes everything more intense, and our sensitivities that much more amplified. So if like people around you are being insane lunatics, blame the eclipse, because that's why it's happening. If you're an insane lunatic, blame the eclipse. And tell all of your friends, sorry, it's the eclipse. I'm a crazy person. You get more into the woo, you can blame the moon for literally anything.
Yeah, nothing's your fault.
It's a good thing to get involved in. On top of that, we have a Saturn and Pluto conjunction happening on Sunday. And this only happens every 2 decades. Pluto is the planet of transformation, while Saturn rules our structures, which means that we're all restructuring our lives and we're all looking at how we can do things differently. A lot of this is emotional restructuring as well, and sort of figuring out what our boundaries are. So we're all starting out 2020 like insane crybaby lunatics who need to figure out what life is.
Renee writes astrology for Cosmo, by the way. This isn't just something she did. And in style.
And Team Vogue.
And Team Vogue. And for our Instagram, which you should all follow later.
2 side chicks, TWOPSYCHICKS. So additionally, the year 2020 is about building. The number 22 and 4 is about sort of like setting up our foundations, figuring out what our future is going to look at as we sort of grow our dreams. But this year is really about finding our securities, finding our stability, and helping each other build. So with that in mind, I want you to sort of like take what our transitions, wherever we're at, the transitions that are happening around us, and just keeping that in mind as we sort of move forward with the ritual that you guys are going to sort of help us. And Angela also has a little bit of a spiel for you while I tinker in my witch bag.
So I got this really great message. We're both professional psychics. I hope that was established. I got a really great message at the end of 2019, and I wasn't really sure what it was, but it kept coming through as like Disney World, and I was like, I don't fucking understand that. So for the people who keep visiting places like Disneyland, Disney World, an all-inclusive resort with like a garbage buffet, the world is ending. The world is ending. The world is ending. And don't go to what's safe. We didn't come here to go to Disneyland. You gotta go to Mexico and Costa Rica and Fiji, all these beautiful places that look different and have delicious foods that aren't Disneyland food. But you have to get out of your comfort zone now, because it wasn't easy for your bodies to be obtained by your souls. It really wasn't. Whatever you believe, please take that to heart and believe it. I gave this message, and then Australia started to burn. So obviously I'm psychic, and you need to not go to Disneyland. You need to go to places like that that are not going to be with us forever. The other message that I was saying, what the hell was I saying about Australia earlier? Oh, okay. This was something that came through the other day. So this isn't really our house. We're visiting someone's home. This isn't really our home. We're not like humans are kind of the problem. I don't want to be super negative. It is a full moon, so we're all kind of like in a banishing bummer mood right now. But this isn't our house. And when someone has you stay in their beautiful house, and like there's a pool, and they're giving you food for free, and you have all these luxuries. We have all these luxuries here. You don't go take a shit in every room of the house. So I want you to all start visualizing your personal landfills. Picture your own landfill, whatever, like, you didn't recycle, whatever you're taking. And California's amazing because now straws are compostable and everything's getting better, especially here. But start picturing what you're doing to this guest house that's been provided to you. Like, do you really want to leave your host's house full of garbage? Do you really want to, there's just so much. I almost started to get really negative. So, okay, are we doing the meditation?
It's the eclipse.
It's a terrible time to be alive tonight. It's going to be so much better tomorrow. Do we want to start the meditation?
Pass out the Kool-Aid. We're all just going to end it.
Together.
So, the little ritual that we came up with today, basically what we're going to do is we're going to prepare the ritual items, and I'm going to burn the candle at home. You guys are all going to be my witchy sous chefs. and we're all going to put our energy into it, and then I'm going to complete the spell because like this candle will burn for hours, and no one wants that. So Angela, to explain a little bit what we're going to do is we're going to do an elemental exchange with Australia because it's on fire, and we're all crying. So we're going to send them what we need to release emotionally, what we don't want to hang on to anymore, and we're going to be sending Australia water. In a moment, Angela is going to lead us through a meditation to help us harness that, and I'm going to pass around that lovely receptacle, like crystal water bottle that only a witch would have. And just as I pass it around, just take a moment to connect with it and just say, in your heart or in your mind, just say, I send water to Australia. And then once she's done, we're going to, I'll explain a little bit further, but I'm going to lead you through a fire meditation where we are going to take fire from Australia. And I'll sort of explain what we're going to do with that when we get there. So, Angela?
Okay, so the moon is in Cancer. That's a water sign. That's also Cancer's ruled by the moon.
It's trying to bust out already. Okay, so I don't want to pass this around and ruin all of your life.
Never mind. Everybody go home.
So just focus your intent towards the water.
Yeah, do that. So, but we want to have them do it in their hands, or okay. Let's all.
You lead the meditation.
All right.
You lead this.
All right, I got this. Okay, so let's maybe make a little cup that you would put water in with your hands. I've never done this before. This goes right here. So just cup a little thing in your lap. Close your eyes. I'm going to try to be soothing and not hysterical. Okay, so we all carry a lot of sorrow, a lot of shame. A lot of missed opportunities, regrets, things like that, especially right now with this moon. Think about the things in 2019 that you wish you had done differently. Maybe you weren't as active, sloth, just fear, things like that. Release them. Put them into this little cup of water in your hands. Let them go. Think to yourself, I release what does not serve me. I release what does not serve me because it is not part of me, and it's not part of tomorrow, and it's not part of 2020. I release a specific person. Think of a name you want out of your head and heart and put it in that little cup. Doesn't mean you're going to do anything bad to them. You're just getting them out of your hemisphere. Release whatever it is that makes you lie awake at night, that makes you turn away from love and turn towards feelings that you wouldn't even treat your best friend with these feelings. Get those feelings away from yourself. Put them in that little bowl. Also, think about what has made you cry in 2019. Whatever has pulled water from your beautiful face, think about it and put it in that little bowl in your hands. Release all that does not serve you. You don't need to hold on to it. It is not yours. It is now in your hands. It is going to a better place, and you're going to actually put it to work. It didn't serve you in 2019, but now you're going to send it to a place that needs water and needs your tears. And with that, I'm going to say, so mote it be, blessed be. Want to pass that water around?
I don't think they're going to get all wet, I feel like, right?
No? Okay, then let's all just
telepathically send it.
Just send your little cups of water to this water.
To this water. I feel like it is.
Yeah. Send it all. Later.
I won't let this all dump out before I get home. I will solve the water bottle problem.
Yes. Later when you take a shower after this full moon, while you're in the shower, think about all this stuff again. This is something you can do all the time. I do it every single shower. I release what does not serve me. I also like to use a salt scrub. It's very helpful. Say it out loud. Connect to your guides. Connect to your angels. You have beautiful spirits. None of you are alone. You have dozens of fabulous people and non-humans who want to work for you and help you. You just have to ask. And when we cut ourselves off from them, they can't help us. So next time you take a shower, which I hope is soon for all of us, you want to just do this again and release it into the water, release it into the earth, release what does not serve you. Maybe every time you shower is honestly my suggestion.
And send it to Australia every time.
Yes, and send it to Australia.
Because emotions are affiliated with the element of water. So that's why we're trying to send like our emotional traumas, because it'll create the rains. Now that we've bummed everyone out, bye.
Happy 2020.
All right. So we're gonna take some of Australia's fire because they've got too much of it. And I'll lead you through this a little bit, but this one I will pass around. And just take a little pinch of the cinnamon, it can be really small, and just sprinkle it over your head.
And feel free to picture it raining in Australia. In fact, just definitely.
No, we're away from rain. Now we're doing fire.
I think everybody should be picturing that all the time.
Yeah, you should always be picturing rain in Australia. I'm like in between what to do with the mic. Okay, so when it comes to this fire element, cinnamon is an herb that is affiliated with fire. And so to make this elemental catastrophe work for us as people who harness energy and as people who have the power of the witch within us, we're going to visualize the fire that's happening in Australia. And we're going to visualize it in that cinnamon that we've just sprinkled over our head. The element of fire is associated with energy levels, it's associated with passion, it's associated with creativity, optimism, joy, all of the wonderful things that make you feel energized about being a human and being a person.
Manifestation.
That's manifestation. Yeah, it's like the drive that pushes your manifestation through, totally. And this is sort of the energy that we need to be bringing into 2020 when we're building things for ourselves and we're building things with each other. And so I want you to visualize your aura and your energy levels taking in that fire from Australia. And it's sort of like you're siphoning that energy away from that corner of the planet to yourself. And that way it's an exchange. Does that make sense? Yes?
You take that fire. You use that fire.
Take the fire. Yeah, take a couple of minutes with your eyes closed and visualize your solar plexus, which is about 2 inches above your belly button. Opening up. It's your yellow chakra, but opening up and sort of like the fire traveling over from Australia and filling your stomach and filling your life force up with this warming, energizing, creative, passionate, wonderful energy, and using a little bit of that for yourself, and also stopping it and slowing its tracks a little bit in Australia. Just take a few minutes with that. And then see the rains coming down on the fire and watch that cycle. The cycle of energy that's happening between you and what's happening between Australia. Visualize that fire turning into your goals and that release putting out the fire. And this is a really good meditation for you to take with you into the shower, before bed, whenever you're feeling any sort of emotional trauma happening, when you just need to release the emotion. Send it over there, take that fire, take your energy back, take your oomph back. And just to give you a little bit more context of how I'm going to perform this ritual, I will pour what's left of that water into that bowl, and I will light the candle, sort of asking, that the waters be brought to Australia. So the candle's going to be sort of us bringing that message over into the ether. So all the energy that we've brought up here today together is going to be put into that spell, and then I'm going to let the candle burn down just until it hits the water line, so it won't burn down all the way, and then our water that we put our energy into will put out that flame. And then with the cinnamon that I have left over, I'll create an offering just to the universe to just help give everyone that sort of optimism and energy that we need going into the new year.
And in general, you are very powerful creatures. Picture that rain. Everything is intention. The more power you can put behind it, the more likely it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody have any questions about the witchcraft?
The witchcraft. All right, we have business cards if any of you need witches.
Yes, we are also psychics. We give psychic readings. Our podcast, Two Side Chicks, we go over this sort of stuff all the time. If you're interested in learning more about witchcraft, if you're interested in learning about your psychic abilities, That's what we do. We try to help inform you on how you
You're
can
all
become
psychic.
powerful. Yeah, you're all psychic witches, and tonight makes it official.
Now go put crystals in your vaginas.
Yeah.